Welcome back to Real Phonies, where we take a love for movies and television and combine it with very little knowledge about movies and television. I'm your host, Christian. Join with me are my co-host, Jay Hugh.
What's up?
Joseph.
Yellow.
Ian.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Today we're going to do something a little special, a little different in preparation for Detective Pikachu coming out this week and the theories of a budding Pokemon universe, which sounds crazy. We are going to pitch Pokemon movies, things we'd like to see.
Instead of just shitting on things, we're going to try and get creative.
Yep.
It's going to go bad.
Yeah, instead of saying things suck, we're going to try to come up with things we could do better.
Yeah, or things that suck.
It's good to put yourself in someone else's shoes. You know?
Yeah.
It's not really my wheelhouse. I'm more of a tear down kind of guy.
I know you are. It's your skill. It's your lot in life.
It is.
Who wants to go first?
Everybody looked at me, so I'm assuming I'm going first.
You went break the fucking ice.
Just
I'll
so
go
everyone
first
understands that visual gag, literally everyone in the room just stopped what they were doing and looked at me. So
You're
yeah,
a
I guess I'll go
creative
first.
guy.
I don't like going first because I do the intro and it just feels like too much talking.
Actually, I'm glad I'm going first because I feel like someone else might have my pitch, and it's the only one I have, so I want to go first. So my pitch comes from a specific moment in my life, and that is the first time I encountered Pokemon Go. Now, how I first encountered Pokemon Go was this. I was still living the life. I was still at the movie theater. For everyone in the room, I was standing at the wall like a manager does. And this, lumpy-looking dude comes up to me and he's pointing a phone at me. And it's like, why? And I'm thinking, why is this motherfucker taking my picture? Because there is one thing that can move me to 0 to fucking irate in no time, is taking my picture while they're asking. I don't know why, but that's the only thing I just completely lose my shit over. So I was like, hey man, what's up? And he was like, there's a Squirtle right next to you. And I was like, okay, this is a fucking crazy person. And I was like, okay. He was like, just let me get right there. I was like, okay. And then he was like, and then he got real happy. And he's like, thank you.
Oh, God.
So, later that day, Christian and some of the people in the office were talking about Pokemon Go.
Not me, Christian.
Yeah, different Christian.
Different Christian.
And I was like, oh, shit, that's what that crazy guy was doing. He was catching that Pokemon. And this is in the beginning before everybody realized the AR mode was fucking stupid. So, people were still, finding Pokemons next to things and shit. So, my pitch is going to violate 2 rules of fucking things that I hate, which is A, sort of children's concepts. I sort of hate that, and...
Super fair.
And anytime you bring something to another world, like, oh, He-Man, but he's coming to this world. Oh, the Brady Bunch, but they're in our world
like Sonic.
now. Yeah, right, like Sonic. Exactly. So my pitch for this is that Pokemon Go is real. That you think that you're catching these, computerized versions of the Pokemon there, but you're actually catching Pokemon for some nefarious purpose. I don't know. Someone who's a screenwriter can come up with that. The government wants it. I don't know. Whoever. And, some kid, realizes that this is what's happening. And, he's able to cross over between the worlds. And, of course, he likes the Pokemon world there because he's a cute, handsome Pokemon avatar instead of, some guy like that guy in the lobby that I don't.
Okay. Little shallow Hal in there.
So it would basically be like Pokemon meets the Matrix. There would be like a what is reality element and stuff like that to it. So it would probably make about $4. But that's my pitch.
I like that you've taken a world that is already kind of dark on its surface.
Right.
This idea of capturing and enslaving these tiny animals,
Right.
these adorable animals in tiny balls until you release them to fight each other, and made it even fucking darker where they're in their own existence, having no idea what the fuck is going on, and we're just invading and capturing them for nefarious purposes in another fucking dimension. Yeah. That's amazing. I love it.
It sounds absolutely 100% like what if someone were to say, we want to make a Pokemon movie, studio executives will be like, okay, but bring them to our world.
Yep, yep. It sounds like something that really would get made.
This is actually the reverse Super Mario Brothers.
Right.
Which
it also kind of sounds like Us. Like there's a other world you
Right.
don't know about.
Tethered. Oh, Jesus.
That gets real dark.
I can dig it.
Not bad.
I don't hate it. I'm still trying to.
I would say better than Transformers.
I'm still trying to feel it out here.
Well, I mean, again, it's something that I 100% realize if I saw the preview for that, I'd be like, man, fuck that shit. There's so much about that just violates everything I don't like about movie studio ideas. But, I don't know. Probably just because of that one creepy dude is why I thought.
No, I like it. When we first discussed doing this episode,
yeah.
I thought, how was a way I could do Pokemon Snap or Pokemon Go in a movie? And I'm glad that you came up with one of them.
So when he goes over to the Pokemon world, he becomes a Pokemon.
Right.
One of the
well,
ones
no,
that's
he becomes
caught.
one of
Like
your
Ash Ketchum.
avatars.
Like Ash
Okay,
Ketchum.
so he becomes like a
So,
red.
he suddenly has a cool hat and anime
and
hair.
Pikachu like jumps on his shoulder and he's got a friend.
Right.
Who wouldn't want to stay there?
So, there would also be like an Avatar thing,
Yeah.
Yeah.
he goes there and they accept him and they don't really know that he's an invader,
Ready Player One, and everyone just gets addicted to the digital world.
Yeah, like a brand thing where he stays under too long and he doesn't want to come out.
Yeah. Too busy watching In Ravens while everybody else is dying.
All right, well, I'll give you my one.
Okay.
All right, so mine is I started thinking, and like you, what I really enjoyed about Pokemon. All right, my favorite Pokemon moment, N64, young kid, Pokemon Snap.
I'm so glad we're doing these.
Comes out on fucking video game, know nothing about it. You basically go down these like roller coaster kind of preset like routes, and you're just taking pictures of fucking Pokemon.
I just beat it 100% like 3 months ago.
And it's fucking awesome. It's the best Pokemon game.
Before we get to this pitch, I just had a conversation with my sister about this game because we both played it a lot when we were
I
younger.
played it so much.
And it's one of those things that I wonder how the pitch for that game went in the first place.
Yeah.
They're like, okay, it's a Pokemon game, great. So they're gonna like catch him, they're gonna fight him. No. Okay, so you get to like wander around the world and see Pokemon. Well, yes, but only on a very specific track, and you can only see out of this tiny little box, some of which is obscured. Okay, so then you catch the Pokemon. Well, no, you just kind of look at him and snap a couple fucking pictures. You're like, greenlit, fucking love it. I don't know.
Great.
And that was the first
is, it's a great game.
That was the first game since like the Red and Blue, I'm pretty sure.
It was pretty soon after.
Yeah, I think it was the next game. But anyway, yeah, I fucking love that game. I want them to remake it on Switch. I would play it all day. But I checked today actually because I was thinking about it. Not on Switch yet.
Nope.
I was very angry.
So anyway, what's the pitch?
Okay, so I was thinking Pokemon Snap. One of the courses is like you're on an Amazon kind of river thing.
Yep.
So then I started thinking Anaconda with Pokemon.
Ooh.
So, and it's, you know what I mean? But instead,
Ekans
like I'm
is
thinking
the-
a Gyarados or something.
Oh, okay.
And I'm thinking, you can make it if we do like a Pokemon universe, like make this Avengers, you had Detective Pikachu, you get your Ash Ketchum, and maybe for some reason they're on this boat, and you have some witty dialogue between them, and they're just taking pictures of random Pokemon, and they're searching for this mythical...
They're on like vacation.
Yeah, some reason to bring all these people together.
Yeah.
People you've already met in other movies. And they're in this one boat, and they're just fucking... Team Rocket could come in with Meowth and do some shit, you know what I mean? But they're all after the Gyarados, which is like some dragon in the water kind of Pokemon.
Yeah.
And I don't know, you could see a million different
It
Pokemon.
should be the red Gyarados because that's like an important part of the
Ooh.
games.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
I would like that. But yeah, I was thinking like, you could see some Bulbasaurs, you see Magikarp, it would give you a chance to like see some of these like
I mean, and the
exotic
Amazon,
ones.
Amazon setting is great for the variety you could get there. Yeah.
Yep, and you could do like kind of like a PG, but make a little bit for like a couple of Gyarados could wrap it up like a snake on somebody.
Oh no,
Think Anaconda. That's what I'm.
Well,
that's
yeah,
where I went.
They should absolutely like they should fucking like if they're doing a riverboat, the riverboat should get fucked, and then they have to like
For sure.
traverse through the jungle and
Yes.
follow the river, and
That's a good idea.
that's great. I love that.
So yeah, I don't know. I was thinking that was pretty much as far as I got with it.
So if that's
fun.
if we're doing a tribute to Anaconda,
Yeah.
who is John Voight going to be the voice of?
oh,
Who is wasn't Ice Cube in that? Was Ice Cube in
Yes.
that?
Yeah.
Who is
J-Lo?
Ice Cube going to be the voice of? Yeah.
It should just be them. Just bring them back.
yes.
Yeah, no, definitely should be Ice Cube hanging out with Pokemon. Just as Ice Cube.
But yeah, I want Ryan Reynolds Pikachu in there talking to because I want him to be. If you're going to keep going with this, he's the one Pokemon who should be able to talk to humans. I think the rest of them should not be able to.
If you're going to bring back Team Rocket, I'd be fine if you made a talking Meowth again. Even
Yeah.
though they never really explain why, but
It's a good idea.
I think
I thought they did explain why.
Maybe they did. I stopped watching.
I might be mixing it up.
There is a Meowth episode that like gives his backstory.
I also like the idea that in this same universe that the original like there's a main characters of good guys that are searching for red Gyarados in the Amazon or whatever, and then Team Rocket's in like a dinghy like paddling behind them with Meowth, and then they also get shipwrecked and have to travel.
Yeah.
I love it. I love everything about this.
I think
plan.
it could work.
I have a pitch that I wrote two, but I have one that's very similar to yours.
Okay.
So it would be like there's like I should also say this is heavily inspired by Pokemon the movie 2000, the one about Lugia.
I'm glad you brought up those because I was trying to think of plot things. And I kept thinking things like, "Oh no, that's too similar to that Pokemon movie. Oh no, that's too similar to that Pokemon movie."
Well, there's so many of them, and they're the only time there are narratives in Pokemon. But the reason why I went with it is because I thought you could take that general premise, but turn it into kind of like an action adventure, almost like in the vein of like Aquaman that we've seen recently, which would be like you have like a young like Pokemon archaeologist, biologist, whatever, and is studying all the legendary birds are in like different caves or whatever, and she goes to one of the caves and finds a clue that Lugia exists. And so then it's just like this race against time, going to the other caves and finding other clues, and then Team Rocket finds out about it as well. So then you Zapdos is wherever Zapdos would be in like an old electrical factory or whatever, and Moltres is in a volcano, and Articuno is on a glacier, and it all ends like in the middle of the ocean on a random island, and Lugia is there, and for some reason they all have to team up, but then Team Rocket's going to screw them, and Lugia is a danger, and so then the person would somehow control the other three legendary birds to fight Lugia, and that would be your ultimate climax. You basically get like 4 or 5 big action set pieces. It'd be pretty simple on plot. I did think of casting. I said Catherine Langford. I thought she'd be good. I'll consider
like it's a Misty.
No. I just kind of looked at people who I thought would be good in like the Pokemon universe. However, I did think Steve Martin as Professor Oak.
Oh, that would work perfect. Who'd be good Brock?
I don't know. And then I just want her to be in things, but Tia Leone as the villain of my movie.
Okay, that's fair.
My other one was...
You play evil Team Rocket.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, I can see that.
Is either a Pokemon buddy movie or Pokemon rom-com. It can work either way. This is where it gets a little bizarre. It would be...
You're appealing to a very specific demographic here.
Well, so here was my thought when I did both of these. The MCU works because they're genre films about superheroes. And I think Detective Pikachu is going to work because it's a genre film that includes Pokemon.
Yeah.
And so that's what I wanted. That's where my frame of reference was. Then number 2 was these movies are about kids, or they're for kids. So your theme should be like on the nose. While that may be annoying to adults, like that's just what it has to be. So this is like either 2 people, guy, girl, 2 dudes, 2 chicks, whatever you want it to be. It could be whatever. They meet to study under the tutelage of a gym leader, develop a budding relationship. They both end up joining the gym. So if you've ever played the games, you have to fight the dudes before you get to the gym leader. They'd be 2 of those people, essentially. Gym leader decides to step down, creating this kind of like competitive replacement. So they kind of start to
kind of like Cobra Kai, kind of
like Cobra Kai.
I can see Cobra Kai with Pokemon.
That kind of turns them on each other. End up being where they have to fight to decide the successor. Twist of the movie is he decides both of them are the successor.
Wow. That also seems like another one where the Pokemon are going to be crying because they've been like best friends forever and now they have to fight each other for emotional stakes.
True. Yeah. I thought of it would be like a fighting gym, so I looked up what the fighting gym is. And
Chop?
The Storm Badge, the gym leader's Chuck. It's not in the first 2 versions. I think it's in the third. But Natalie Emmanuel, who plays Missandei, Ludi Lin, who played Zack, the Black Power Ranger in the Power Rangers movie.
Okay.
They both look like people who would live in a Pokemon world.
Right. Super fair.
Right.
And Keanu Reeves as the gym leader.
Fucking love it.
Yeah,
That's great.
Definitely
Really?
Reeves, love that.
Honestly, you just put Keanu Reeves in anything, I'd say, yeah, fuck yeah.
Doesn't he seem like an old guy who would like
No,
live
absolutely.
in a Pokemon world?
Yeah.
Yep.
Those are my 2.
Well, because he also always has great hair.
Yeah.
So I think that's important for this world.
He likes, I mean, I get that he's half Japanese, but, he likes being in Japanese things.
He does.
And so, he could wear like a kimono and have a shaggy beard.
Right.
And
47 Ronin fucking costume.
Yeah, exactly. Have him a champ standing right beside him the whole time. Like,
I can see it working.
Yeah, I can totally see that working.
What about, I was thinking for Team Rocket, you were talking about Tia Loney. I was thinking Doc from Back to the Future as an evil Team Rocket.
oh, yeah. He's old.
really
I wonder
old.
what kind of condition he's in, because I haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah.
No, I think he is genuinely really old. At this
too
point.
old now?
Yeah. He's been playing an old guy his whole life that you forget that he wasn't always just really old.
Right.
but-
Yeah. He's been old. That movie came out in, 1984 or something like that?
he's
and
gotta
he's
be-
the old guy in that movie.
Right.
He's got to be Sean Connery old at this point.
Yeah, for sure. Well, my pitch was not for a kid-friendly movie. It's expanding on an idea I've had on an earlier podcast, which is I think everyone who's played the original Pokemon game, which is the only one that I still remember, remembers that Lavender Town is creepy as fuck.
Yes. Yep.
And so I would love to make a horror movie where I'll pitch the original idea and then build on it. Is that some young asshole trainers are up in the tower in Lavender City, which is where like all the ghosts are, and for whatever reason, right before it's supposed to close for the night, they leave something upstairs or whatever. They go upstairs and everything's fucking shut down, and all the fucking ghosts are coming out and trying to kill them, and they get separated, and it's a standard horror movie. They're all just trying to escape the building, but they're getting assaulted by these vengeful Pokemon ghosts from horrible Pokemon animal fighting deaths.
So you mean like a R rating or like a horror movie for kids? Because I could see it working.
I can see it working both ways.
Yeah. I can see it working. I can see it more horror for kids.
I
but I guess
think
you
you
go
could
hard
do it.
R.
I think well, if you wanted to go harder, I had forgotten about this. But there's a popular theory that blue. Or not blue, but it is. It's blue. It's the Gary of the original games. His Raticate dies in Lavender Town, and so I like this idea that it's Gary or whatever, and his friends, because they can't be like really good people for a horror movie who get trapped in this whole thing, and they think they're just getting assaulted by vengeful spirits just because it's a place full of ghosts, but it's actually because his fucking Raticate is the one that's be like, this guy's an asshole, kill him. And they have you have to deal with the emotional things and stuff. I don't know. It sounds interesting to me.
I dig it.
Well, the thing about this is, if it's going to follow horror movie rules, then we're going to have to introduce the fact that some of these characters aren't virgins.
Yep.
So I mean, that's gonna make this a real weird movie.
Don't you mistake it. Gary fucks.
Do you discuss Cubone's mother in this movie?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I guess that's like the main mythos there, isn't it?
Yep.
For sure, then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Cubone's got the darkest
Dude,
fucking...
Cubone is a little dog-like creature that walks around wearing his mother's skull.
Really?
Yep.
Yes.
See, I didn't
know that.
That's what it was. Really,
That makes him scarier.
Yeah.
Yes. No, he is super terrifying. And the tower in Lavender Town, I think, is where you find that out.
I think it is, yeah.
Because he climbs to the top of the tower, and it's like the gravesite is Cubone's mother. But yes,
What are some of the other ghost Pokemon? Ghastly?
Yeah,
Haunter.
And Gengar.
Oh, Gengar. I like Gengar. He
Yeah.
was actually kind of cute.
I liked Haunter because he just scared me. He's
No,
real
he's terrifying,
pointy,
yeah.
and he's got like teeth and a mouth, and he's
Yeah,
creepy.
I could see like the Stranger Thing kids. Make them fucking Pokemon trainers and put them in Lavender Town. That could work.
I mean, that would be
The
for
Losers
that would
Club,
be
you know
for
what I
the
mean?
kin-friendly version.
Yeah.
For the other version, you'd have to go a little bit older.
Having said that, Finn Wolfhard should play Gary in the TV version.
I mean, look, I feel like he would be a good Gary.
yeah.
I think that's
I-
better than
But
Transformers.
we also have to be okay with him like fucking some underage girl on a Pokemon grave. So
It got dark. quick.
that was something. I like that none of our movies include Ash Ketchum.
No.
Well, yours might. But
Yeah, I mean,
I
they
hate
could.
Ash Ketchum.
Yeah, you could do it either way.
Just make it red. Red is a way
Yeah,
better character.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just realized, like 3 days ago that Ketchum was like wordplay.
Yeah.
There's layers there.
Gotta catch them all.
Yeah.
I think a lot of these movies could work in the universe, though. This one, and yours.
Yeah.
Yours kind of.
No,
It's
Yours is its own thing. Yeah. But the other three could totally work with what they've done in Detective Pikachu.
That is the movie that came out in 2004.
Yeah.
right. No, totally. Yeah, mine's the one where they just
got it wrong.
Get it. Yeah, totally.
It's the Dragon Ball evolution of the Pokemon movies.
I mean, it mostly just sounds like the Emoji Movie, but with Pokemon.
Kind of like the Emoji Movie. Or Digimon. That's kind of like the
Oh,
premise
it is
of
actually like Digimon.
Yeah.
That's very much like
never
Digimon.
got into
Did you just
Digimon.
make Digimon?
I've never paid attention to Digimon because those guys aren't cute.
Yeah, there was a knockoff Pokemon. I couldn't get on board.
I don't know. I really liked Digimon when I was growing up. And it's one of those shows, you guys know, I go back and rewatch a show from my childhood every couple of years. I did Digimon a few years ago. It holds up pretty well.
Is that the one where the guy had the lines in his hair and stuff like that? He had like spiky hair with like lines in it.
That's every fucking anime.
Yeah,
you
that's
just
really
No,
hard
but
to
this one
say.
had like pronounced lines.
This
like,
kid, he wears goggles all the time.
Okay, this isn't the one I'm thinking of. There's another one I'm thinking of.
I think I know what you're talking about.
I don't know. Anyway, anybody else got any pitches?
No, I can't think of another one. This was hard to think of that.
Yeah,
I may have one more.
Okay.
I'm dying to hear.
go
it.
in.
Long time ago. This also involves a public interaction with the love of Pokemon. So I'm in like a Walmart looking for Batman the Animated Series toys. It was a long time ago. It was right after Pokemon had just broke fucking big, right? Mm-hmm. So I round the corner and there's this kid with his mom, and this kid is just fucking bawling. Tears and snot, and his whole fucking head is red, and he's holding a toy. And I can't, from my vantage, see what the toy is, but I kind of want to know what this kid's so upset about. And he looks up at his mom, and he's like, Mom, I just love Pikachu so much.
Oh, God.
I just want to see a movie about that kid. I mean, that kid has a super fucked up life, and he loves Pikachu that much. And his mom definitely could not give a
Look,
shit.
I've already created my movie for this, where it's this kid. It's like a road movie, right?
Right.
Where the kid's in a shitty household, and he's like going on a road trip to meet Pikachu, who's like the great joy of his life. He thinks Pikachu is the fucking best,
Right.
and sure, he goes like he meets people along the way, and he journeys, he grows as a person, and then he like meets Pikachu in a back alley smoking a cigarette. Like, what do you want, kid?
Like Krusty the Clown is what I'm imagining.
Pika Pika.
That's pretty good. Man, it's so hard because there's like, it's a franchise that's been going on for 23 years now. And that it has not stopped. It's not like Star Wars, which goes back to 77. There are large breaks in service for Star Wars.
Right, yeah.
Pokemon's been churning out shit every year.
Right.
And unlike Elanders, if you're listening to this podcast, forgive me. I am assuming Power Rangers isn't all continuity. Like, it's not all straight.
Absolutely
E would
not.
know. But Pokemon, I think it all is. Like, 100%. Like, Ash just goes to a new place, and all of a sudden there's 400 new Pokemon. And there's a new backstory as to why they got here.
And he's never aged.
Yeah, he's still 10 years old.
Do they still have the
Which is
show
weird.
going on?
Yes.
Holy shit.
There's a lot of Pokemon.
I gave up when he got to the first gym, and then like Charizard left him. I was like, broke my childhood.
Are you talking
I-
about like the second season or whatever?
Yeah, I think it was like he got all 8 badges, and then he went to like the final tournament, and then like he lost, and then Charizard started being an asshole, and I think he let him free, and that's when I was like, you know what, fuck this show, I'm too old for this shit.
Yeah. In doing research for this episode, I was like trying to read some of it, and I was like, I don't remember any of this, and I was like, I stopped significantly earlier than I thought I did. Like, I thought I was on the train for a while, but like 18 months maybe, all I gave it. But Pokemon Snap, I still play that shit.
Pokemon. God, what do you play it on?
In 64?
N64?
Yeah, I don't have any rich. I was thinking one more, dude. What about like a Mortal Kombat style, but like for the Pokemon final
Oh,
trainer?
like Coliseum?
So you get like the 8 best trainers in the world, and they all got these like badass level 60, but like all the way evolved Pokemon, and you give them a little backstory, and you start knocking them off one by one for like a champion. I think.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
but with Pokemon.
I think that could work.
Honestly, that one really sounds like the one they would have made in like 2000.
Yeah.
Because I mean, there's more relatable human characters in there and stuff like that. It basically, you could sell it to teens like the Hunger Games. That one's probably actually the most money idea.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, look, I think the key, if you're going to do that, is one, that there's like a personal interaction, but there's already specific relationships between the 8 trainers. Like, not necessarily they all know each other, but each one knows or has a relationship with at least one other one. Maybe there's like one or two loners in there, and there's like an underlying fucking issue that they have to solve over the course of the tournament.
So then it's
They got to band together at some point at
Because
the
the
end.
tournament is never about winning the tournament. Yeah. I can dig that, man.
You get a lot of cool Pokemon fights, which
Yeah,
is what we all
absolutely.
want anyway.
I just want them to include the soundtracks. Like the soundtracks in the video game are pretty fun, and I hope they throw them in the movies.
Almost all like 8 and 16-bit soundtracks are great. I don't know why that music hasn't survived beyond like weird shut-ins.
I still listen to the Tetris soundtrack.
It's one of those things that I'm a firm believer that like limitations improve creativity.
Right.
And I think one of the reasons that 8-bit and 16-bit has aged well, and granted, there's so much of it, we're remembering the good shit. There's a lot of stuff that's not noteworthy. But there are just a lot of really iconic themes that have stuck with us from that era. And I think it's because like the people who were making it had to really fucking work hard at anything to make it sound different and memorable. And I appreciate that extra creativity.
The only thing I will say about a Pokemon cinematic universe is whoever plays Nurse Joy has to be the same person who plays Nurse Joy in absolutely every film. It's like Tony Stark in the MCU. It's got to be the same fucking person.
Right.
Yeah. I think they're going to do. I think they're going to bring in Team Rocket. I think they're going to have a lot of people in multiple movies.
Do you think we get Team Rocket in this movie? We just haven't seen it yet.
Yes.
There's got to be something, right?
Yes.
Because you spoiled Mewtwo.
Yes.
I had one of my other things that I also wanted was this idea of a like low level fuck up Rocket kid who is like maybe his parents are like high up Team Rocket people and he's just like doing it, but he kind of sucks and he's doing like doc duty, and then like over the course of doing doc duty like comes across something fucking legendary like a Mew or something, and then gets sent on this massive quest and like he's not like that bad of a guy. He just kind of grew up in shitty backgrounds and kind of a lazy asshole, but he's like gets better over the course, goes on an adventure, meets nicer people who are like bringing him on an adventure, but also has to clash with his family and his background and get around the whole Team Rocket thing. That was one of the other things I thought of.
I right now, if there was a band playing at the Vinyl tonight called Low Level Fuck Up Rocket, I would go watch that. I don't know how that fits into the pitch, but I just thought that was a good sequence of words.
That's all it takes now.
Yeah, that's all you need. I think one thing that I thought really long and hard about this, because we've been talking about doing this one for a couple weeks now. And up until like today, I had nothing. And I was like, I had no idea what I was going to do. But sitting here, us talking about it, you're like, actually, this could work.
No,
Like,
absolutely.
Yeah. Some of them come to me.
there's enough of material there to, for sure, do 5 or 6 movies. I don't know if you're going to hit 22, but...
And I think this is going to make a lot of money. It's going to make that fucking Minions money. It's going to.
Yeah.
It's really cute. It's going to drive kids fucking crazy. So, you'll see more of these.
I will say, with regards to you want Detective Pikachu and everything, the early reviews that I've read is that the movie's good, Ryan Reynolds is not.
Really?
Is what I've heard so far.
I hear he makes a joke about cocaine.
Cool.
Which
On
sounds,
brand.
Which
I have not
sounds
heard
ridiculous. Yeah, no, Pikachu's making jokes about cocaine. So that'll be interesting.
Yep.
I hear it's bad, but...
I haven't heard it was bad. I've heard that it's a kids movie. The plot's very simple.
Yeah.
And there's not a lot of twists and turns and
See, that's not what I read. I read that there's one turn at the end that's fucking like doesn't make any fucking sense.
no, I haven't heard that at all.
Yeah.
Well, see, the thing is, though, I think even if it does turn out to not be very good, but I think to me all it has to do is look cute.
Oh no, it's gonna
Yeah,
make
sure.
money. Don't get me wrong, it's gonna
But-
make all the fucking money. But yeah, I hear there's a lot of adult jokes, so I'm hearing different things than what you're hearing.
Like, dumb kids' movies make more money than smart kids' movies.
That's
A
true.
Pixar movie is not going to make as much money as Minions 4.
Oh,
No.
Jesus. The Minions.
Yeah, I think this movie's gonna kill.
Yeah.
I really do.
I hope it does.
I'm
So-
taking
so
taking
this-
Avengers out of my dinner theater and
Which-
putting this
which,
in.
Really?
Yeah, so that should tell you something.
Which production company puts this out?
Legendary?
Is it Legendary that puts out
Pacific
Pokemon?
Rim?
No, not.
Pacific Rim Pokemon crossover?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Actually, why wasn't that your pitch? You've watched that movie like 600 times.
Pokemon Kaiju?
No, Pokemon piloting the Jaegers.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa. Warner Brothers Legendary Entertainment.
All right, Warner Brothers, if you're listening to this, pay us a lot of money and you can use our ideas.
Yeah.
Or actually, you can just use our ideas and just give us tickets to the premieres. That's fine, too.
I think they could pull
let us write your screenplay.
Yeah, they could pull 3 or 4 screenplays out of this, I think.
I think what I really loved about this episode is that you used Pokemon Go and you used Pokemon Snap, because that is I went into this with those are my 2 ideas, and I couldn't come up with any.
I'll be honest with you. I don't want to rank anyone's, but Ian's is my favorite. I love Pokemon Snap, and I love the idea of building off Pokemon Snap.
And the river level is my favorite level in the game.
Yep.
Because it's also the one where you have to like do the most shit.
It is, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like there's a lot of challenging things in that one, but
And Anaconda's a great movie.
I'll get on board with that. Anaconda was it's super fucking fun. John Voight is over the top, hamming it up. It's a good movie.
I will say this also. You know, you're talking about is the movie good or bad or whatever. It's a movie about fucking Pokemon. It can be dumb as shit. Like there's no requirement for you to put out a good movie on this.
I'm watching it no matter what. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Yeah,
gonna be good.
I can't wait for it.
Yeah,
Actually.
critics are going to hate it no matter what. It's not meant for them.
So,
It's
yeah.
meant for us.
Well, it's
Actually, it's meant for 8-year-olds. We're just morons.
If he's doing cocaine jokes, who's it really for?
Yeah,
we'll see when the movie.
we will. So join us next week where we'll be breaking into Detective Pikachu with Ryan Reynolds. In the meantime, what have we been watching, guys?
I got started getting into fucking Clone Wars.
Oh, good.
Continuing the cartoon of this, and I'm committed because I took Hert's advice and started watching it chronologically. And Amazon makes you buy the season, so to watch like 4 episodes, it goes season 3, season 2, season 1.
So you bought them. So
I bought all 3, so now I'm in.
You are committed.
I'm in. It's not very good so far.
Oh, no.
Here's the
It's
thing.
a lot of fucking. The nicknames are killing me. Sky Guy and Snips. It's and I hate Grievous.
Did you watch the movie?
Yeah, I got.
That's why he calls her Snips.
Yeah.
No, in the show he keeps calling her.
I know
Snips.
that's what I'm saying, but
Yeah,
that
yeah.
comes from the movie.
Here's the thing. I didn't tell you this going in because I wanted you to watch it. And I felt like if I told you this, you wouldn't. It's like Harry Potter. It starts off very dumb and very for kids.
Yeah.
And as each season goes on, it gets a little more complex and a little more mature. So by season 3, you're going to like it a lot more.
Okay, yeah, because I'm like there's 2 episodes in season 3 you watch, and one of them's about like these clones that pop up later on.
Yeah.
And then there's a season 2, but most of them season 1 right now. And the movie's probably the worst.
It is. Yeah, the movie's not good.
Yeah, the movie's probably the worst. But there's stuff I like. Like I like Asajj Ventress, who I wasn't very familiar with. Joseph said this before, and now I know what he means. It's the best Anakin. Like
It is, absolutely.
He's a real character, and you can see where he's got this confidence, but he's always doing the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you don't get that in the movies.
You
at
get
all.
why he's the hero of the Clone Wars.
Yes, you don't get that in the movies at all.
He 100% is the Anakin I pictured in my head as a kid when I was making up like what that time was like. Like he's brash, he has like sort of a John Wayne-y almost vibe about him, but you know, at the same time, there is the element of you can see where it can go wrong.
Yep.
Yeah, it's there's some stuff I don't like. Like I don't like how they give you like a little thing for kids, like be truthful to your friends and you'll get more friends. Like before each episode.
Yeah, I like that. I need that advice. I'm a bad person.
And then I don't like it's got a very like episode of the week thing going right now where like Grievous gets fucking spoiled every episode and he's like, oh, you know what I mean?
Have you gotten to the Grievous backstory episode?
No.
Oh, that's one of my
Yeah,
favorites.
it's a good one.
And if that is not chronological. Like if you were to watch season 1, season 2, it's like in season 1. Like it's very early on. So I mean, I think you are doing it the right way, chronologically. But if you're watching it season 1, season 2, season 3, he's right. It is very childish, but there's just enough.
Oh yeah,
to, like,
it's
get
worth
you
watching.
going.
No, it's not bad. Like there's an episode with Yoda and 3 clones. It's the first one of
Yes.
season. That's fucking great.
Yeah.
And then
It's
there's
a great one to start with.
And there's a 3-part where the General Grievous has his new ship. It's like an ion cannon.
Yep.
And the first one is Anakin going to rescue this one Jedi who's stuck in this life support thing with some clones. And that's what I liked about Anakin, because he's like, the council tells him no, and he's like, it's not what they tell you, it's how we go about doing what they say. Like, that's the Anakin I was
Right.
like. You know what I mean?
Well, that's
he gets shit done because he's so good, even though they tell him not to.
Yeah, well, I mean that's the strength of the Anakin character. I feel like what is supposed to be, and I didn't want to turn this into a Clone Wars thing, but I have to. Is that, you know, it was the thing they planted in episode 1, which is that he's too old, he already has his emotions, and the whole thing is his emotions and his humanity are putting him directly at odds with the Jedi Council a lot of the time, and a lot of times he'll lean towards his humanity. and that gets him in trouble. And sometimes it's the wrong decision, but it's like he feels like it's the right thing to do, even though it's not the Jedi thing to do. And like that push and pull is what makes him an interesting character, and also like the most identifiable character comparatively to a lot of the Jedi who seem very like removed. And Ahsoka is she's even more so the brash and you know, making so he's getting pulled from both sides, from his Padawan and from the Jedi Council.
Well, she's such a good character in that, because like you're talking about, she's almost like an extreme.
Yeah.
And so whenever she is one way, he's the other.
Yeah.
And so they're pulling off each other. Man, just wait, because the stuff they do with later seasons with Obi-Wan, I think, is really good. Yeah. The stuff they do later seasons with Ahsoka is really great. Everything that has to do with Mandalorians in the second half of that show is badass.
Yeah. It's just good.
And I know you said you know that like each episode ends with them foiling Grievous, and I'll get you next time. There's going to be episodes that come up where the Jedis and the clones straight up lose.
See, that's what I want.
There's like a like little story arc that's basically Apocalypse Now.
Okay.
So, you know, it's it's well worth powering.
But yeah, you tell me to watch it chronologically. One more thing, and I'll it's like, you know, chronological was the right way, because like the first episode I watched is like about these clones training,
right?
And then I lead into this one where they're working at this remote base, and then Commander Rex and Cody come, and like, you know, I kind of recognize the Domino Squad. You know what I mean?
Right,
so you kind of build a little bit. If I would have watched it the other way, I wouldn't have liked it as much. So
yeah, it definitely
they give the clones personality.
They totally do, and I think that works better in chronology.
Anything else?
I'm intrigued to keep going. Nope, that's it.
I watched that Zac Efron Ted Bundy movie.
Oh yeah,
and it's good. I didn't like how it made me feel.
Sure.
Which is, you're like, I get it. Ted Bundy probably could have killed me too. Like, he's very handsome, very charming, very nice, and you're like, I'm not saying it glorifies him, because I get that with Ted Bundy's shtick.
Right.
But I found myself, when he's on trial, like, oh, they can't get him. Like, this guy's like just too nice, and I'm like, I'm defending a serial killer that I know. Like, it's not like it's a mystery movie and I don't know.
Yeah.
I know this guy murdered tons of people, and yet I'm like, I don't know, guys. Like, he seems pretty cool. Let's keep him around. Zac Efron, perfect for the role. He's great in it. He really is. Lily Collins, fine. You know, she's good. I think more is asked of her than probably any movie I've seen with her in it. There's a ton of famous people in it as all kind of like just side roles. Cameos. It's worth a watch.
Is it worth, like, I started watching, but then I was like, I started watching Clone Wars instead. Is it Oscar kind of good? Or?
Oh, no.
Oh, okay.
Not anywhere. It's good for a Netflix movie, but it's
I mean,
not.
as we've learned in this past year, the bar has been lowered, but...
Yeah.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
If I had to pick an Oscar winner right now, I'm taking Endgame over that one. But
Endgame's a piece of shit.
I read a bunch of comics this week. I've had a lull of not having time to read comics, and I've read a bunch of stuff. Most notable, I read 2 of the 3 issues of War of the Realms that came out. That's the current Marvel event.
Can I borrow that?
Yeah, sure.
Because I hear it's fucking... I've been reading about it, and I hear it's fucking great.
It's great. It works perfectly because it's a real payoff if you've been reading the whole Jason Aaron Thor run. Which includes the whole God Butcher thing and the whole Jane Foster Thor thing. But also, it's very self-contained. It gives you all the information you need to understand it. And it's just cool. It's got cool art. It's really fun. Jason Aaron is like right on the middle ground of sort of Grant Morrison meets Frank Miller. He does big sci-fi, over-the-top stuff, but he also does sort of over-the-top tough guy dialogue and stuff, and this hits right on the...
I read a review about it that Daredevil has like a super fucking cool scene where like his senses get like crazy. So
they find a very cool way, because Heimdall gets taken out of action, and they find a very cool way to use Daredevil in it.
Yeah, I'm super excited.
I also read the first issue of the new DC event, Deceased, which sounds like the name of a fucking Vice show. Have you ever noticed how you can get anything on Vice as long as it has a clever name? You know, Slut Ever, Bong Appetit, whatever, Vice will show it. So, Deceased, everybody's saying that it's sort of a rehash of Marvel Zombies, and it's not. It's a rehash of Final Crisis. But, because Marvel Zombies had a sense of humor about this, and Deceased plays it dead serious. The writer of it, Tom Taylor, is really good, and it's like serviceable, but it didn't do a lot for me. It's very serious.
Doesn't Batman get eaten? Spoiler.
Spoiler alert. At the end of it's Batman getting bit by Nightwing. So that whatever. Also, this is going to go into a section we've never covered on our podcast before. Bargains. There's a closeout store up the road, Ollie's. Have you guys ever went to Ollie's? Sometimes they do comic book stuff. I hadn't been in a while. I went in and they had a lot of new comic book shit. And first of all, I've plugged this before on the show before. Top 5 comic book run of all time, Matt Fraction and David Aja's Hawkeye run. They've got pretty much the whole thing there, and you can get it for less than $20.
Wow.
It's a fucking deal. Shit I got there is I got a Warren Ellis Avengers graphic novel called Endless Warfare or something. It was pretty good. I don't know if I would have liked it if I bought it when it came out for $24.99, but for $3.99 it's fucking dope.
Yeah.
And I bought a comic I already had, but just because it was so cheap, called Marvel Boy. Man, that's one that Marvel should be turning into a movie. It's cosmic, but it's like a teenage rebel. He's a Kree kid with the powers of a human-sized cockroach. And and he comes to Earth and in that he's super fast and super durable.
Okay.
And comes to Earth and declares war on Earth. And it's a pretty fucking fun comic book. That's about it. That's what I got.
You just reminded me, speaking of things about Heimdall, it reminded me of, they talked about a couple weeks ago, the directors of Endgame have been on a roll of just explaining everything that's going on with their movie. One of the things was they had like alternative missions in the early writing stages besides the ones that we actually got to see, the time heist missions. And one of which was that Tony Stark was going to be in the Thor one, and was going to be in like a stealth suit on Asgard, and that the only one who was going to be able to see him was Heimdall, and Heimdall would try and stop him. That would have been fucking amazing.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to get into any Endgame things, but since you brought it up, I have one more thought about Endgame. Do you guys remember before Ragnarok came out that there was an interview with Mark Ruffalo where Kevin Feige basically said, hey, pitch to me what if we could do a Hulk movie, what we would do, and we'll spread it out over these next 3 movies. So if they followed through with that, the movie that he pitched was Act 1, I'm an intergalactic gladiator. Act 2, I have Hulk impotence. And Act 3, I save the universe. Like, if that's really what he pitched, stop acting. You're a writer.
I love it. I also watched the Free Solo documentary about the guy who free solo climbed El Capitan, and it's one of those things where I know people who saw it. They've talked to me about it. You told me, and several other people told you it makes your palms sweat. And I know at the end the guy lives, but it's still fucking stressful as hell.
Yeah,
it's one of the things you spend the whole movie watching him climb the thing with ropes, and you're like, okay, it looks scary. But then the moment he does it without ropes is it's horrifying. It's horrifying to watch.
Well, they do such a good job when he has ropes at seeing him fail at parts.
Yeah.
Specifically, the one part where he has to do the kick.
Yeah, but it still looks scary, but it looks completely different.
My palms are getting sweaty talking.
It looks completely different when it's just a guy on a sheer cliff face. It's fucking ridiculous. Also, I wanted to mention, just because it's been a while since we talked about anime on this podcast, a lot of the good anime is coming back. One Punch Man has a couple episodes of the new season. I'm saving it until they're all out just so I can watch them in a row. Attack on Titan is back. I watched the first 2 episodes yesterday. And then My Hero Academia is coming out next week, which is also a great show that I really like. I also decided I was going to try and get into some new shows this week. I tried the first episode, the pilot episode of a show called Code Geass, and there's just a lot of stuff going on in it, and I wasn't really sold on it. So I moved on to another one, which is called Fate Zero, which I had been recommended from the internet, which is like, hey, if you like Game of Thrones, you'll like this.
You hate Game of
I
Thrones.
know.
I know.
You hate everything.
Wow. I like what Game of Thrones used to be, but it's a very strange premise. It's like kind of these medieval. There's like medieval Avatar Digimon fighting each other for the Holy Grail, but it's in modern times, which I know is confusing in itself. And it's one of those things where they set up a lot of mythology, and I'm like, okay, let's just see how this develops. So I gave it like 4 episodes. And I like the premise, but the problem is it really hammers into that bad anime trope of explaining everything that's going to happen in a fight before it happens. So it's like 75% of the fight is talking. Actually, like 85% of the fight is talking. So it's like, oh, I see your spear is this long, and so if I move my shield and hit you with my sword, there's nothing you can do to deflect it. Haha, I have won this battle. And then they'll do it, and then that won't hit, and the other person will be like, haha, you tried to hit me with your sword, and if I hadn't known that you blah, 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 there's a lot of that. So I just gave up. So if anyone's watched this show and it gets better, let me know. One of the reasons I didn't want to do it, fuck, I forgot the most important thing. I'm up to date on Critical Role. I did it. 172 episodes later, which is, I forget what it was. It was like 28 days of my life total.
I was feeling better not hearing about Critical Role and anime for a while.
One of the reasons I gave the show a shot is because Matt Mercer and Liam O'Brien are main characters in the anime show. And again, Liam is another like tortured soul character.
Yeah, of course he is.
He's good at it though.
Yeah. I tried watching Ultraman, and they're both in Ultraman as well.
But so far, I haven't really found another show that takes yet. So everybody stay tuned. I know you're very excited to hear about my anime adventures. I'll let you know. But I think that's it.
Yep.
Everybody good?
Cool.
All right. So thank you guys for listening. Again, next week we're going to be coming at you with Detective Pikachu. If you like this, please rate and subscribe and tell all your friends. If you want to get in touch with us, you can reach us at realphonies@gmail.com. You can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter at realphonies, and on Instagram at real_phonies. Thanks to Zach Evans for art and Brian Velasquez for our theme, and we will see you guys later.